The buzz. The buzz. The buzz. The buzz.
The buzz is on.
The buzz is on.
The show that gets you up close and personal with some of the hottest stars. Now, here's your host, Novell J. Lee.
It's Novell J. Lee, and welcome into a brand new edition of The Buzz at BuzzWorthy Radio. We are finally ending premiere week with Marla Gibbs, and she joined us to talk about Mildred for a Million. This was a beautifully crafted short film that she was a part of, and when I watched it, there were points where not only did I laugh, I also cried, because it really did emulate real life. And you'll get to hear exactly what this is. And we also got to talk about her roles when she was on The Jeffersons as Florence Johnston, and as well as 227 as Mary Jenkins, which, by the way, is celebrating 40 years. Yes, it premiered in 1985 on NBC, the same year as The Golden Girls, and aired in that Saturday block. So we got to mention those two shows with her as well. And she was joined by Kimmy Calloway, who also wrote Mildred for a Million. So this was a wonderful conversation. This interview actually took place last year, September 27, 2024. But now we are bringing it out of the archives and into your presence. So here it is, our interview with Marla Gibbs and Kimmy Calloway.
How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
We're doing great too.
That's good. Listen, first of all, Kimmy Calloway and Marla Gibbs, it's an honor to meet you. I've grown up with you. I mean, no matter what television show it was, whether it was The Jeffersons or 227, and it's such an honor to be in your presence. So I want to start off with that.
Thank you. I want you to know that because you did, I am. So thank you.
And I will say Florence is my favorite character. I did love Mary Jenkins, but Florence was my favorite.
Thank you.
So we are joined by Kimmy Calloway and Marla Gibbs to talk about Mildred for a Million. I did watch it and it was so cute and it was so adorable. And even though when you look at it, it's about how someone who is a grandmother is trying to connect with her granddaughter on all these social media platforms, particularly TikTok, trying to get 1 million followers on TikTok, it resonated with me as a younger person because I'm just looking around going myself, when sometimes I'm around a lot of people, they're always on their phones. Always on their phones. They never look up from their phones. We can't. Yeah, exactly. Exactly that part. And it's just like, you're sitting right next to me. Why are you talking to me across the room on your phone? So it definitely resonated me on that aspect as for me watching it. And Kimmy, can you just talk to me about how did you come up with the concept of doing this? Was it something that you also saw in the same realm that made you want to come up with this short film?
Absolutely. I mean, I see myself doing it and I'm like, why am I get off the phone? It's so easy to be just addicted and feel like this is our lifeline and this is our way to communicate with everybody. And because we can just text people all day, we just feel, it does bring a connection. I don't want to say false connection, but I do think it can take us away from being in the moment.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm looking in your eyes. We're talking. Let's not, I have these like gut reactions sometimes.
Like you immediately want to jerk and pick it up, or you want to look at it. But you're like,
I'm missing something. You think
what's
you're
going
missing
on?
something. Oh, I might have gotten an email. I might have somebody blah, blah, blah. And we didn't used to be held accountable for anytime anybody wants to talk to us, they can get in your, it's like, oh, you leave a message if I'm not home.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like if we missed 227 on Saturday night, I'm going like, well, I missed it this week. What am I supposed? I have to wait until the summer for the rerun. Now it's just like immediately you just pick up your phone on the app and go on Hulu and watch it. Now, like we never were so accustomed to having that type of technology before, and we were fine. And now all of a sudden, it's like our brain just basically just went to we have to have our phones at all times and just basically either be looking down and texting somebody, and that's it. Even though you may have that person right there in front of you, it's always the phone. And that's why I just felt like when I watched it, I was going like, this speaks on so many levels. It's not just the aspect where because even for me, I'm going like, older people have more knowledge about this stuff than I do. It doesn't even have to do with age. It just has to deal with the fact that we're not properly connected to who we need to connect to. I thought it was very poignant for Mildred when she's trying to connect with her granddaughter when they first show up to the house. I don't want to give too much away, but this scene in particular, when they first arrive, and literally her head was just right down on the phone, and she's just trying to say hey to little Gigi, then Miss Stella. I'm just like, it's I felt it was poignant because it's something that I noticed day in and day out, where it's just like you want to talk to her, but yet your head's buried elsewhere. So I thought that was a very standout scene. There is another one. I really don't want to give that out too, but it's just watching this other scene really made me tear up. You probably know which one I'm talking about, but it definitely made me tear up a little bit because it was just so raw and emotional, and the way Marla played it, it was absolutely beautiful. It was just so beautiful. It didn't have to do much with it, and the message was just there. I love that scene so much.
That makes us both really happy. That you were so sad. No, no, no.
It makes you happy that I was very sad.
I'm so glad you cried. No, I mean, you're supposed to cry and laugh and want to call your grandma and want to spend more time with people in real life. And I was gonna say one more thing about the phone thing. I think it has to do with dopamine too. It's like little dopamine hits. Like we need these little like rewards. We need these little, I think we're such like a reward. We need little feelings all the time, and we're not just staying in the moment and letting it flow, and we're just like having all this anxiety.
It's like it's funny you say that. It's like I have the smartwatch on, and so when it buzzes, I'm going like, that's my jerk reaction. I'm going like, oh my God, what email did I get now? Is it one of those that I'm looking for? Is it one of But it's just so weird how much attachment we have to these devices, and it's just put it away when you need to put it away. And
most older people will not text. We just say, I don't know how to text.
I like
I don't want
using.
to learn.
I am one of those people that likes to get on the phone and talk. Like I'll text what I need to text, but I want to have my conversation with the person on the phone. I'm one of those people.
Me too.
So I literally will get, like, one of my best friends, I literally will call him up and just be like, I'll be on the phone with him for 2 hours. It's more of a worthwhile conversation doing that than texting somebody. So I'm an old soul, and I am not ashamed of it. So
You know what? A lot of times it doesn't take as long. You think you're saving time with text, but then you're like, what did you really mean when you said that?
They misinterpret it. They misinterpret the text. I'm sending this thing and go like, why are you being so mean to me? I was like, I'm not. Did you read it wrong? Like, that's the one thing I hate about it. But to each their own is what I will say to that.
There's a difference when you're on the phone. You can hear the voice. You can hear if there's something wrong. You can say, you don't sound right,
Yeah.
But you can't do that on a text.
Nope.
Without emojis, that is.
Huh?
Without emojis.
And then I just don't add them.
There aren't enough emojis to express all the feelings.
No. I do want to know about how Marla got attached to the project, and I will spoil this. I love the song at the end because I believe that is Miss Marla singing the song at the end of the movie.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It was beautiful. I mean, I obviously saw it in the end credits, but when I heard the voice, I was going like, I know that sounds like her. I think that's her. And then it shows your name, and I was like, yep, it's her. It's definitely her. How long ago did that How long was that song? Because how did I
I
I
did
was
that
trying to pinpoint when did you record that song, so I was guessing.
with H.B. Barnum, and he talked me into doing a CD. And so I decided to call it It's Never Too Late.
Okay.
Night I was in the bed, and about 3 o'clock in the morning, God gave me the tune. So he gave me all the words. So I called HB up and sang it to his voicemail. And I didn't want to forget it, and I didn't want him to forget it, but I never forgot it. Anyway, that was in June 2006.
Okay.
I had an aneurysm in October 2006, so it never came off. And so we never let anybody know I had the aneurysm because I wanted to keep working.
Right.
So
Right.
she died or she did, which they said I died anyway.
You know you're famous when people think, start rumors about you being dead.
That is true. That is true. Good call out. How was it last night?
Yeah. No, I'm not.
No, she's not. No, she is not. And I'm so glad that you're not and you're here talking with me. And I got to know about last night. I wish I could have been there, but how was it yesterday?
So great. It was electric. The love was there. We packed the house. It was like a 220 seat theater. So many cast that was there, crew was there, huge swath of folks just there for Miss Marla that have known her through the years. And it was so beautiful. I thought the Q&A was going to be maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes because it's a 20-minute film, and it went for over an hour. People standing up, getting so moved, telling their stories and how they relate and their life and, with their grandparents or their parents or their kids. And it was such a beautiful evening. She looked amazing. Yeah, it was fantastic. So much love in the room.
That's great. I mean, well deserved, honestly. When did you put all of this together? Like, how long did when did you sit down and do the concept? How long did it take you? Was this something that you did in just a day coming up with it? Like, how long, really?
Well, I had an idea about grandma trying to be on social media for a while, kind of rattling around in my head. It was originally called Mildred the Millennial in my head. And then I realized, oh, I'm old because now it's not even Gen Z, it's Gen Alpha. Millennial is like, I'm almost a millennial. So I was like,
I am a millennial.
yeah, almost. Yeah, like I think I'm just out of on the cusp. But anyway, so then it was probably February or March I started writing it. I got up every morning and worked on it for a few weeks. Got some feedback, and then went out to Marla, I think in May.
Okay.
And then she signed on to do it in June. We didn't shoot till the end of July.
Now, is this of this year?
This year.
It was this year. Okay.
This is the breakneck pace we have been moving at. Like, whoa. So we just wrapped end of July, then went right into post. We shot some pickups literally like a week or 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And we were editing it and mixing the sound this last weekend. Like
wait, you did that last week?
On Sunday night, we were doing the sound mix.
And you were able to get it out in what was Thursday? Seriously?
We delivered it to the theater Sunday, or to the lovely man who makes the DCPs for the Lamley, Noreen. We did the sound mixer and Chris Testa, who's amazing. We gave it to him. He made the DCP on Monday and gave it to the theater Monday night to test it.
Oh my gosh.
You don't get in the way when she wants to do something or you'll get run over.
Okay.
I mean, that kind of segued to my question, Kimmy, about the thing with the wheelchair. Was it the wheelchair or was it the cart that she was on? And I thought I was going to get an interesting story about that scene. This is way more interesting than that. Because I literally was just watching and I'm going like, oh my God. Obviously, I know that was not Marla on the scooter, but I just thought it was funny just to watch this. I was like, oh, wow, they really had her do that and have her fall, and now she can't make a sex tape. So What a
Well,
shame.
until the sequel.
There is a potential sequel, but and speaking of that, even when I mentioned that, I just love the list that the PT guy was giving Mildred on ways to become famous on TikTok, and I was looking at it, I was like, I do all of this now and I'm not famous. I dance in videos too. I'm not famous yet. I talk. I'm not famous yet. I'm like, what am I doing wrong?
Just got to get in bed and just talk one night.
I think I just got it. I think that's going to be my next thing. I'm going to have to do that tonight. Good call. Um, I have to ask Miss Gibbs, when you reunited with Jackée Harry on Days of Our Lives, how was that? Because that made my heart swell.
That was great. We worked together on 2 or 3 projects.
Oh, okay.
I was her mother on The First Family also.
That's right. That's right.
Days of Our Lives called and asked me if I would be her mother on days. I said, of course. Be her mom. Can I spank her?
That would have been a scene. Listen, Days is close to my heart. So when I saw you on there when Jackée joined us, Paulina, I was very happy with that. And it was Kimmy, in case you were not aware, she also appeared during the start of when Marlena was possessed by the devil again. So so it was definitely interesting to watch Marla's character on that show. They were in a chapel at a wedding, and she just made these faces going like, I don't know what the hell is going on right now. It was great. It was absolutely fantastic. So I definitely had to ask that, because that was a highlight of my life, of watching that. And like I said, just watching you on 227 as Mary Jenkins and Florence Johnston from the Jeffersons, you have such an incredible career, and you still are going strong. I saw you at the Primetime Emmys last year. You looked absolutely fabulous.
That's what you do when you're 30, honey.
I'll be 40 next year, y'all.
Did you know she vibrates at 30? So she's 30 and she just stays there.
And she just stays there.
Mhm.
Listen, I love it. I like I said, it's just been an incredible journey just to watch you, and then just see you in this. And like all three of us said, it just resonates with us in such a way, um, that everybody takes to it differently in this short film. For me, it made me reevaluate myself a little bit, because I notice how much I'm on my phone. I'm on my phone a lot. I'm but I also try to make sure I'm present for those that are around. And that's the one thing I always say. Like, if I'm in the room with you, I'm not on my phone. And I have been around people who are on their phones when they're around me, and I just think it's such a distraction. I hate saying ignorance, but unfortunately it is. Um, at least to me. And so it just makes me open my eyes a little bit, that I can be more cognizant of everybody else, and I need to do better. So I thank you for showing that to me, from both of you.
Thank you.
Anytime.
That's really good to hear.
And
It is. It
and
is.
yeah, and I mean, you already mentioned about the audience speaking up about their own personal experiences. We've already touched on it for hours, but just from your take of it, what do you want people to take away from this? Like, we've already said ours, but in your opinion.
You know, I call my great-grandchildren Gigi, and they call me Gigi. So we just say, hi, Gigi. Hey, Gigi, honey. I love you, Gigi. And so when I saw Gigi in the script, my agent said, they say Gigi. He was so excited. He said, that's what you do. I said, yeah. The difference is, children respond to their grandmothers.
Yeah.
But grandmothers, they don't think about that much. So great grandmother's always trying to get in there, you know.
Yeah.
And my little girls, I have a 3 and a 5-year-old. They call my grandma Mildred, the real Mildred, Gigi. So yeah, we connected that way. As far as people taking away from it, what I want them to take away from it, I just and myself to take away from it is call your grandma more, or your mom, or anybody in your life. Connect with those people. We're not promised another day. Put down the phone as much as you can. I'm guilty of it. I literally, I will text my husband from the other room when I'm tired.
Yeah.
I put the kids down and I'm like, go lay in bed. And then I'm like, can you do this before? You know what? That's excusable because moms need a break. But no, but I really hope that people can just at least be aware of it. We don't need to do away with technology. There's some great things there, and social media does allow us to connect. FaceTime, things like that are amazing. I get to, my parents live in Texas, and my grandkids, or their grandkids, get to FaceTime with them on a portal. We would have never been able to do that without technology. So embrace it for those good things, but don't let it rule your life, and be in the moment.
Just be in the moment. I appreciate you guys being in the moment with me for this time. Thank you both so much, Kimmy and Marla, for this. Absolutely incredible. Please, if you ever, any of you get the chance to watch Mildred for a Million, please do so. It was absolutely wonderful. Thank you both so much for stopping by the Buzz and talking with me this afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Did you know that you could stream and download our podcast no matter where you are? Now you can. Log on to these platforms, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music, and you can download and stream all of our shows from the beginning. That's right, we go back to 2007. Plus, for more information on past shows and upcoming material, you can log on to our website at BuzzWorthyRadioCast.com. Stream and download BuzzWorthy Radio where you can get all of your podcasts. That's our show. I'm Novell J. Lee, and if you want to keep up to date on all things Buzz, log on to our website at BuzzWorthyRadioCast.com. See you guys next time.
Stay in the know. Catch up on all the Buzz podcasts and videos at BuzzWorthyRadioCast.com. Keep getting the latest Buzz with BuzzWorthy Radio, now on Amazon Music.